Hello. Oh, you want to ask me a question, or I just talk? Okay. Yes. Well, I'm only sorry that the composer isn't here. That's too bad. And language is a little difficult, but afterwards I will send the video and. Oh yeah. Afterwards, I will send the video to him, or he will see the video, and then maybe we can somehow talk through some language. But this is my second time. You know, I was here last year, and last year I really enjoyed the collaboration. This year was really special in another way because I had no idea, which I was very excited about, because last year I did have some idea about the title and what I might do. So it was just listening to the music, and there's just the driving score and the metal tractor. Well, the word metal's already there, but the color silver came, and so I kind of went from there. And then it kind of became, that beginning part came like a piston, you know, something driving up and down and then going off kilter, and it's kind of the machine breaking down, and not necessarily a physical machine, but you know, when I added the world in chaos, it's also, you know, we have so many things, it seems like more than ever in the world, that are, as I said to my husband, that are kind of seems like no way out. So how do we live with that, you know? But then, you know, it's interesting because a couple of people saw the piece just in rehearsal, and they saw the kind of humility towards the end, and you know, the humanness, and then I felt that even more, like you know, the strength of human beings, and yet the frailty, and just kind of how can you kind of be strong and yet not be hard, you know, to let your emotions just, you know, be there. So what was really interesting for me about this piece as it came about also was going from no, you know, very like machine, kind of no facial expression, anything, this emptiness, to this extremes, you know, from frustration or anger or fear to just kind of, whoa, what's going on kind of feeling, and changing very abruptly. That was unique to this piece, I would say. And it's always a challenge here to use the space. So, but yeah, I think I was very happy. And also the challenge when I got some idea about the ending. I needed to do something, the ending, and I kept looking for some special little beads or something that would be big enough, not too big, but that would bounce and make a sound and be seen. So I was pretty happy with the way it turned out, and especially with the black floor. We needed that. So, and I brought the lighting up enough so people would really see that. So I don't know if that has any meaning, but that was a really important aspect of the piece. So I'm very glad to be here again, and thank you, France, and Michel, and everybody. And yes, let's continue the festival.
And the power of the sound here, it was different.
Yeah, well, I remember, I think Michel might have said something, you know, before last year. And I do remember that. I mean, you know, I've performed where there might be like 4 or 6 speakers, but not this, you know. So I remember that experience from last year, how you feel, I mean, I often feel immersed in the sound, but not in this way. And what I really experienced, and with other performers as well, was this, you could really hear the sound coming from these different places, and even behind, you know. So that being surrounded in it really, especially with this music, was really a driving force. But I love this old speakers, especially those really tall ones. And so I decided to just be a little more aware of them when I was dancing too, you know, to bring that in a little bit more visually anyway, or I hope to. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Merci bien.